extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about irresponsible, one-sided news stories
Plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has
been extremely dangerous to our democracy.
What's going on? What's going on? You know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. I'm your gracious host A6. I'm a little choppy right now. Like the video was a little choppy too. The intro looked like it was kind of choppy also. Probably some signal issues, but you know that's just the nature of the beast we're dealing with, I suppose. But how you guys doing today, man? How's your guys' week? I hope you had a productive weekend or week. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here fiddling with this bad boy right now. I've been playing with this thing for like the last. These are surprisingly satisfying to like flip and spin and move around with your fingers. It's pretty cool. But anyway, yes indeed, man. I just been taking it easy this weekend. Got a lot of stuff to do at the post. Stuff done at the post office I had to get done. Um, Talking to one of my trustees, and she says, "I got to go to court this Wednesday for traffic court for speeding." I said, sweetheart, you should have hit me up sooner. You should have hit me up sooner. A little late, last minute type deal, but um, she was like, I had your email." I was like, "I gave it to you like twice, and I gave it to her again the third time. So hopefully this time she emails me." But help people out when they need to be helped. Spread the information and knowledge. It just is light. I look like a goddamn, I look like a European. I gotta change this light. There we go. Now I'm already light as it is, but this light ain't making my case. There we go. That's a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, I knocked the freaking light over earlier, fiddling around with stuff underneath my desk. So my lighting situation got all disarrayed, but it's all good. We still going to keep it trucking. I hope we got it here in the live stream chat. Jimmy Bennett's in the house. He says first. Get that man a cookie for being first. Civic Maker, what's good, champ? What's up? What's up? King Tony, my man. Color ink matters. Oh, absolutely. You best believe it does. Shoot, somebody asked me the other day, why can't you just write in black? Because I'm not dead. I'm actually breathing. That's why I'm writing black. Writing black. Yeah, I'd be joking. I do purple before I do black. What up, Dia? What's good? What's good? Overdoing it. They on admins. I got admins in here, but you know what's crazy? We never really get trolled. We got like one or two trolls in the live chat. Most trolls, bunch of cowards, like they're waiting until I think they're AIs, honestly. I think a lot of them trolls is AIs. Um, but yeah, a lot of them will wait till the video is uploaded and drop a comment on the video, but won't be on the live stream or won't get on the live type deal. It's all good though. You know how we do. King Tony got the Armstrong up. Had to go back to books and study counterclaims and defaults. Oh man, I've been knee deep in consumer law lately, man. I've been knee deep in how to handle credit cases and stuff like that. I've been delving deep into that. So I will be pretty soon. If you guys aren't already on the Patreon, I would highly recommend you guys get on that Patreon. You can jump in the Telegram group and jump on there because some of that stuff I put on there I cannot put on the live stream. They've been yanking my videos out. You guys already know I'm shadow banned. I put a post up on that. You know what's crazy? When I put a post up about me being shadow banned, that joint got like almost 600 views. The shorts, what's interesting is the shorts do exceptionally well from what I noticed. The shorts do excellent. Like I'll put a short out and put like four hashtags and it'll get 2,500 views, right? But when I drop a full size live stream, I might average like 350, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, YouTube plays a lot of games with people's views and stuff like that, and the messages that's getting out. Wolf will tell you, sometimes they just flat out pull videos and don't even tell you they pulled them. They did that a few times with me. They take videos off. They'll notify you first. They're taking the videos down, and then sometimes they won't. They just pull them. So, but that's what it is. Said no theme music. Y'all couldn't hear the music? Really? Interesting. Oh, case. Yeah, that's another thing too. I'll be talking about that in the private. I won't be talking about that in the public, obvious reasons. Um, what we'll be talking about probably Tuesday is how to move around when you're dealing with a court situation and how I did it basically. But yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah. I can't say it in the public, but yeah, I'm good. Put it that way. He said space is the ocean. Yes, I agree with that. Just filed the claim in district court. Oh, you okay? Good, good, good. Alfonso, what's up? What's up? I ain't seen Keith in a minute, by the way. What's up, Keith? What's good, man? You were MIA for a while. Y'all need to make sure y'all in that Telegram group, man. I know Keith's in there, but y'all need to get in that Telegram group. 100%. And get the likes up. Appreciate that. What a great trustee. Speeding. Hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me, man. What she does on her spare time is completely on her. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You feel me? And as long as my postal service gets done very expeditiously and properly, which they do a great job, I'm good. I ain't got nothing to say. Good people though, man. I'm telling you, man, you take care of your trustees will take care of you. What is that on your wrist? Looks like a tracking bracelet. Said that. Now this is a smartwatch. It's a big ass watch. I dropped the damn thing so many times it's cracked. The face is cracked, but no, it's a smartwatch. Basically, I don't have like a. You can actually take a cell phone SIM card and you can put it in the watch and you can actually run full service on it just like a regular cell phone. You can even put an SD card in the bottom too, I believe. But yeah, you can run these phones just like regular cell phones. That pretty much advanced technology. You can put upgrades on them and stuff like that that make it run Android flawlessly. Yeah, it's pretty fire, man. It's pretty fire. But yeah, I mess with that. I like technology. Also I got an extra one here too, which I haven't turned on in a while. But they cheap, man. They're not that expensive. What up, King? What's good? What's good? Jay Black. I ain't seen Jay Black in a minute. What's up, Jay Black? Fred Mitchell. What it is? What it is? What it is? Oh, we got the whole squad in here. We got those 19 people in here so far. Okay. I'll be on every show I'm watching. My man. All right, cool. That's what it is. I like to hear that, man. I'm a trustee. Still ain't got paid 2 years now. Computer on the wrist. Oh, absolutely. You know how we do, Tony. You know. All right, man. Let's get into it, man. Hey, I was talking to my boy, man, and apparently The Maryland had, Maryland has a real serious problem with their selection of their government officials. So you had, for those of you who are in Maryland, this is a lot of politicians in different areas, but I'm gonna just give you a demonstration of how screwed up the election process is here. Okay, so you had this mayor called Sheila Dixon. All right, now for those of you who don't know, don't live in Maryland, Sheila Dixon was actually the mayor for Baltimore City, and she's of course what you would call it, what she would classify herself as a black woman, basically, indigenous American woman, and she actually got in trouble for a scandal with gift cards. So she was doing this thing where she was giving out gift cards for people who worked for her, and they would have like certain, kickbacks and stuff on them. Her bodyguards and things of that nature, they would get these gift cards, and apparently she ended up getting in trouble for them. Now, people said it was corruption, which is, I, you're not supposed to be doing stuff like that if you're in that position, not moving in that manner anyway. So she ended up getting popped for that. She got kicked out of office, and then you had Stephanie Rawlins Blake that came in after her. So for those of you who remember, now those of you who don't know who Stephanie Rawlins Blake is, I'm gonna jog your memory very heavily because she was actually another, of course, she would classify herself as a black woman, Democrat, of course. She went ahead and became the mayor as a backup for Sheila Dixon. She got in that spot because of her ancestors, her father and mother were people of high status and stature and had connections. So she ended up falling in place. Now for the Baltimore riots, which one of you guys remember the Baltimore riots? The ones where you saw the picture of the kid on a bike with a gas mask with his fists up in the air and the CVS was burning in the background. It was a powerful picture. But how many of you guys remember the Baltimore riots? I think this took place in about 2015 or maybe 2014 or something like that. It was international news. People saw it from all over the world. I had people messaging me from all over the world asking me what was going on and seeing if I was okay at the time. You know what I'm saying? And people were basically checking to see what the deal was. So you had Stephanie Rawlins Blake. She did a crappy job. She handled that situation horribly. You know what I mean? The Baltimore never forgave her for it. The job was so rough, she never even ran for a second term. She just let it go. You know what I'm talking about? And then you had Catherine Pugh. All right. Now, Catherine Pugh was another indigenous American woman who would classify herself as black, and she got in trouble for corruption with these books. She had this scandal where she took this money. Look, I haven't read about this in a long ass time, but the gist of it was she was taking money for these books she was supposed to be selling, but the whole thing was shady and it was done under the table. She ended up putting all of these books at the basement of one of these buildings. You know what I'm saying? Investigators came and found all these books wrapped up unsold. That the paperwork was doctored to make it look like the books were actually sold for this money. When in what really basically happening was she was taking money for kickbacks and they tried to make it look like it was clean. So it was basically laundering of sorts. She ended up going to jail. Okay. She ended up going to jail. You know what I mean? Then Marilyn Mosby ended up getting in trouble too. Now, Marilyn Mosby wasn't a mayor. She's another indigenous woman. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't a mayor or anything like that. She was the prosecutor for the state in the city. So what she basically did was she had a situation they were saying where it was C19 fraud. So what the C19 fraud situation was, supposedly she was taking money from the trust fund or whatever for the whole pandemic thing, where they were supposed to have money set aside. Her and a few other people, they government officials or people involved of sorts. Her husband, I think, was one of them. Now, I think they're getting divorced too. The whole thing was nasty. But you guys remember we talked about this. She ended up getting in trouble for C19 money fraud. You know what I'm saying? Taking money out of the trust or something like that, buying a house down in Florida. It was nasty. Crazy thing is, there was a news reporter who commented on this. Her name was Denise Coke, and she ended up saying, and Denise Coke has been a reporter for Baltimore since the '80s. I remember when I was young, and living with my dad and mom, and she would come on. She had to been like 23. She was really young, Caucasian lady, and she was a news reporter for a long time. And she came out and called it out. She said, "Yo, you know what I'm saying?" And it's just because how she looked. of what she said that made it not really go over like that. So she dropped a comment. It may be on Twitter or something like that. He basically told me the whole situation. He said, "Yo, she came out and said something about the same kinds of people are being put in these are being put in office, and maybe it's not working, and maybe it's time for Baltimore to change their mind." And of course, she got backlash because she was, Caucasian European of sorts. So they say, "Oh, she's been a racist." They went off on a tangent. But yo, let's keep it a whole being. Yo, let's look at the facts, okay? You got 5 politicians here, all right, that can classify themselves as quote unquote black. That's what they would call themselves if you asked them, or they would classify themselves as African American. Yo, why is it a situation where the people that are supposed to be taking care of the people in the community that quote unquote look like them are not moving the way they need to move? And then you start to wonder, yo, are these people getting in because of the capability job they have, or are they just getting in because of the way they look? And Baltimore and other cities just like it really need to take a giant mirror and look at themselves, because when you put people in office and you have this problem constantly and you still have the same issues with the city and stuff like that, yo, you got to look at yourself, because these people are getting in office on some sneaky type shit. I mean, yeah, there's politics involved, which there's politics involved in everything, of course. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, these people are putting these people. Brandon Scott, the mayor they got right now, he's not doing dick about what's happening with the whole crime and the shootings down in Baltimore. His idea of doing anything about it is heavier gun legislation, which we already know what that is. That's horseshit. It never worked. It never will work. You know what I'm saying? And they literally asked this man, what is he planning to do about the shooting? He said, "Shoot, I don't know. I'm not the one shooting people." What? We don't want to hear that. What are you talking about, man? You know what I mean? But yo, these people are the ones that are being put in office, man. And the city has the same issues it's had 6 or 7 different politicians ago. The issues never change. And the reason they never change is because people are putting these people in office because of how they look and not what their resume says, yo. Like, yo, and this is what's happening everywhere. This is what happened with Lori Lightfoot in Chicago. Lori Lightfoot, she did nothing about the whole entire crime shit. Chicago was screwed up. It's just a mess, man. And the common denominator seems to be people that look like the people that's supposed to be good enough. The fact that they look like the individuals. You know what I'm saying? We got to get that up, man. So if y'all watching and you considering doing something different or making it, if you still are interested in voting or something like that, yo, don't put somebody in office just because they look like you. Please listen to what they're saying. Identify the problem with your community. Listen to what people are complaining about. Look around yourself and see what's going on. Stop letting people bamboozle you because of the way they look. Just because they look like you doesn't mean they're for you. That's the easiest way to get somebody a wolf in sheep's clothing. He got the sheep's clothing on, you let him right in a patch. Next thing you know, 4 or 5 of your homeboys' bones is on the side of the yard. What happened? I don't know. But it couldn't have been this guy because he looks just like us. He wouldn't do that. Oh, yeah, okay. You keep doing that, man. Something has to change, man. Something has to change. And what has to change is people's mindsets. Mindsets have to change in order for change to come. The way these people keep getting office is because they keep pulling the wool under your face. You know what I'm saying? Wool over your eyes. People aren't seeing what's going on. So that's got to change, man. 100%. People are getting it, though. Like these people over here in Chicago that were leaning on their community leaders for allowing the illegals to stay with them. Now, I know this is a touchy subject, okay? But this goes hand in hand with what we're talking about. Now, these people in Chicago, listen, I've talked to a few indigenous people, indigenous Americans about this whole situation and what they feel like about the border crisis. And I have a few older people that are saying, yo, it's horseshit. It's not right. That shouldn't be happening. You know what I'm saying? People that come in should be coming here through a process. It shouldn't just be a royal rumble, if you would. You know what I'm saying? People getting thrown out of other countries and landing here or vice versa, whatever. Because you couldn't do the same thing in other countries. You can't just go somewhere and just, set up camp and then roll out the red carpet for you. Don't work like that, especially since people here are still hemmed up. So for a while, people in Chicago didn't care about what was happening. They didn't care about none of that stuff. But it's always worse when it lands on your doorstep.
We were going to have a shelter at this particular location.
guy showed up on a
All right, so they're yelling, "You work for us." So they're starting to figure out, yo, y'all are jerking our chain. They'll peep out the people that are on the panel. Now, it's only 2 people right there right now, but you're going to see more of them come up in a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we could go ahead and if we tune it in to do so.
Auntie, I work for the Chicago Park District for the North Region, and I'm here to support the staff for Amundsen Park and the surrounding parks.
I'm the commander of the 25th District.
Commissioner Torres.
My name is John Robertson. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for the City of Chicago.
First, start off by saying thank everyone for coming out.
Now, peep out how many people are there at this town meeting, okay? Yo, y'all really got to start getting down to the brass tacks of when the meetings in your community are taking place. For those of you who are impacted by this situation and that are concerned, let's start getting involved with our politicians. Let's start, our trustees, literally. Let's start getting involved. We the beneficiaries, man. Let's treat them like trustees. Start getting involved and start holding them accountable. You know what I'm saying? The same way that we did in 2020 when they were telling the children they had to wear masks the whole 2020. Children couldn't damn breathe. You can't stand next to your friends. You know what I'm saying? And people pulled that card with them bond numbers and stuff. Them Patriots got on their asses and they lifted them bans after that happened. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you have to assert dominance, but it has to be done in a way, again, the pen is mightier than the sword. You know what I'm saying? Because they got more swords than you.
This, in my opinion, has been one of the most difficult situations that we've had in the city of Chicago. This past Friday, and so that I could chronologically let you know as far as what I have found out. This past Friday, I spoke to the mayor's office, the mayor's deputy mayor, or the deputy chief of staff, who informed me Friday morning that we were going to have a shelter at this particular location. You're gonna be allowed to speak. And is the speaker, when I spoke with the deputy chief of staff, she informed me that we would have this shelter here at this location, and I strongly object to it, and I object to it now. And I'm not saying that, because I want your applause. I'm saying that because we cannot take a resource from our community. I have told the mayor this, I've told the superintendent of our parks this, and I will state it to the top of the roof. We cannot take resources from the Black community, a community invested in. Now, I say this, those seniors that come to this park know that I come here the fourth Thursday of every month with them. I know of the programming that's in this park, but there's so many other reasons why this park should not, and not just this park, but any park, should not be converted to a migrant shelter. First of all, we deal with security issues. Now, particularly in this area, our police officers have been working tirelessly to help reduce violence in the Amundsen Park area, in the North Austin area. And this, by no way, helps them in their efforts in reducing crime. I say, secondly, I believe in a democracy. I believe in a democratic process that says before you make these decisions need to be brought to the community. Now, I will say this. There's some out there that say, we want to see the email. I can show you every email I have. You come sit down with me, I will go through every email. But there are no emails with regard to this. I received a phone call Friday that this was going to be a shelter. Yep. Now, one other reason that we do not need this as a shelter. We have for months, and even beyond months, we have been telling our youth, if I could please speak, we've been telling our youth not to go downtown, not to gather in mass, not to commit crimes downtown, because we want to provide opportunities for you in your community. Well, this specifically flies in the face of that, and it takes a very valuable resource from our youth. Our seniors have been able to walk across the street and enjoy programming here. It would be extremely difficult for them to walk a mile and a half or even get a mile and a half from here to continue their senior program. So I ask you, and I have never asked this of the community before, I ask you to join me and stand up against allowing this to become a shelter.
Now, for those of you who aren't aware of what he's talking about, he's literally standing in a school right now. They're in a school gymnasium holding a town hall meeting, and they're trying to close the schools down. They actually are in some sanctuary states closing down schools. You guys are aware of this in order to have these migrants come through and stay there. In New York, they literally have hotels full of these people where they're letting them come stay in New York, and they're giving them prepaid cards, and they get to stay there for a certain amount of time. And then when a certain amount of time is up, they got to reapply. And then once they reapply, if they get back in, they can stay there for another month. Shit, man, if y'all ain't heard, yo, the immigrants in New York, the illegals, they're beating up the police. They literally are beating up the police in New York. They are whipping the police's asses in New York, man. There's all kinds of videos on there, smacking the police around in New York. They go to jail, they get booked, they come out, they got a court date. But the thing about it is, they can just hop on a train or a bus that'll take them for free to another sanctuary city under a different name. So he could be Juan Rodriguez over here in New York, and then he can go to like another area like Chicago. He could be Rico Escobar. You know what I'm saying? Like he could change his name. But this is how it works. And they like, yo, the police couldn't do anything for a while, but they're starting to round them up now. They said the criminals are starting to get in trouble. But for a while, these dudes had diplomatic immunity, literally. They weren't getting in trouble at all, man. They was just moving around however they wanted to move around. But the thing about it is, when the natives did something like that, if you even look at the police wrong, there's a kid named he always says on King David, shorty, on King David. He likes to troll the police. He got arrested for looking like somebody that did something. You know, he got out in a few hours, but he looked like somebody that did something and got locked up. You know, he got locked up a few times for trolling the cops. You know what I'm saying? But the protections that they're getting, you know, it's just amazing watching the way the system works.
Now, guys, hold on, stop. I want you to know, I want you to know that I support our mayor. He is our
case in point. The people have spoken. So ask yourself a question: how did that mayor get put in office? Who is the mayor in Chicago right now? Because it was Lori Lightfoot, I think, right? Who was she? I don't know. I think she was the mayor. Let's take a look. Yeah. Hey, look. Case in point, okay? Case in point. Let me just stop this real fast. We're going to come back to that because I'm going to show you who the mayor is. Case in point. Case in point. There you go. Putting people in office that look like you, that don't necessarily have your best interest at heart. Okay. That is a prime example. Just because they look like you does not mean they are fit for the job. Anybody talking that democracy horse crap in 2024 is not fit for the job. Okay. That's the thing. So spread the word to anybody who hears, you know what I'm saying? If they talking about that whole we're all democracy, we're all one. F that, man. F all that. If you still in the voting and stuff like that, for those of you who still want to move within the matrix, okay, because we don't, all of us ain't just unplugged from the matrix. There's some who still are plugged in. You know what I'm talking about? But if you are one of those and you think you can make somewhat of a difference from the inside, which is fine, you know what I'm saying? Because it all comes down to a mindset. But yeah, keep this in mind. I'm not telling you who to vote for, but I'm just telling you what to watch out for. Okay. And this ain't, the presidential elections coming up, but stuff like the your local elections and stuff like that. I think younger people, they need to get more involved, but they need to be aware because a lot of them older people are not going to change the way they've been doing things, man. We talked about the monkey experiment where you had the monkeys that had those they put sweet potatoes on the edge of the beach, and I say this all the time to you guys to make an example, and I'm gonna keep drilling this in until it lands home because I want you to know the correlation. So some scientists put some sweet potatoes on the beach and rolled them in sand. Okay, so you had some of the monkeys, and pardon my expression with the monkeys because it's not directly a comparison to this situation. Okay, we're just talking about the damn science experiment. So they had some of the monkeys that came out, and the older monkeys would just eat the sweet potatoes the way they were. Okay. They did not see anything wrong with eating the sand that was covering the sweet potatoes. So the younger monkeys came and they were eating it the way it was at first, but then they went and they got the sweet potatoes and they figured out when they dipped them in the ocean water, all the sand came off. Then they ate the sweet potatoes without sand on them. They went and showed the older ones, hey, look, you ain't got to eat the sand no more. You can dip them in the ocean now, and you can just eat them without sand. The older people didn't care. They kept eating them with the sand because in their minds, we've been eating them with the sand this long. We're still alive. We're fine. We're just going to keep eating the damn sand, okay? Same situation we running into right now, okay? Now, we ain't no goddamn monkeys, but at the end of the day, we're all living beings connected by a grid. And that's what it is. So that's the situation we're dealing with right now. This election cycle, you're going to see the young versus the old. It's the older people who've been living within their specific set circumstances and mindset and the way they're moving and for a certain amount of time, and they're not going to step out of that boundary. Then you got the young people that are seeing shit is screwed up. Like, yo, this is wrong, yo. There is no way this stuff is supposed to be this upside down. You know what I mean? And that's what we're going to see in this upcoming election. This is the young versus the old. The young people, they want to get Trump in office. You know what I'm saying? Older people want Biden. Well, we're talking about in terms of the indigenous Americans. We're not talking about just because we already know what most Americans stands, but the culture within indigenous American culture is heavily drawn to Democrat from birth for the most part. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Any of you guys have been around them circles, you know what I'm saying, with the guys down in the city areas, even the county areas, whatever. A lot of the indigenous Americans traditionally vote Democrat because that's all they have been taught or know. You know what I'm saying? But we got to grow out of that shit because at the end of the day, nothing is changing. You're getting more and more of the same. And the reason for that is because you keep putting them in office. So they figure, shit, they must like being treated like this. Keep treating them like crap. That's the only way we're going to stay in. You start treating them good, they're going to get you up out of there.
Allow me to finish my sentence. I support our mayor and what he is tasked with. Our mayor is tasked with over 15,000, providing for the well-being and shelter for over 15,000 people. Guys, I am not going to try to talk over you. I am not going to try to talk over you. But although I support our mayor, I do not support his decision to use this as a park. We cannot use our parks. We cannot use our parks to house migrants. Again, it takes away from the vibrancy of our neighborhoods. And so with that, I ask you to join me. Now, we have not made this into a migrant shelter yet. But if we call our mayor's office, if we can get on our telephones, if we can talk to his deputy mayors, his chief of staff, we can do everything that we can possibly do to make this not a shelter on the Austin community. Speak. Is it? Mr. Glover, you're going to get an opportunity to speak.
No. Turn the mic on. We're tired of hearing politicians. Turn the mic on. Turn the mic on. Good evening, everyone. I'll show you how disrespectful this is. On the 5 o'clock news, they projected that the migrants would be here by Saturday. Look, welcome to the welcoming city. Well, I got to tell you, only certain areas are welcoming. That's us. They want us. They say they want to use this park, but let me tell you, LaSalle Street, Clark Street, all the office buildings, nobody wants to be in the loop anymore. They all want to move west because of new buildings with better amenities. Those buildings are empty right now with water, heat, and everything. But they don't want the migrants down there. We're not anti-migrants, but this is so disrespectful for them to just sit up here with this crap and we're supposed to listen to it.
So peep it out. This guy right here, I'd be willing to bet money that this guy right here, I'd be willing to bet money this mofo right here has been voting Democrat his whole entire life and has never done anything differently at all. And even he is fed up with what's going on. You can just look at him. No, this man has been voting Democrat since he was able to walk, probably.
You know what? If you would had your right mind and see a crowd like this, you would say to yourself, they don't want it. But no, these politicians, they think that they can just do everything. And see, another thing is you all's representative, I can say what I want to say because I take nothing from them. I don't need nothing from them. Okay? They have disrespected us, our community. They're going to tell us and just shove it down our throats. And we're supposed to like it. Yeah, you all are sitting there. And another thing, they do not have a plan. And so many migrants come in, they say, let's take this. Let's take that. Now you see a viable park here that's functioning well in a nice area. Say this was a bad area, they wouldn't be here. Okay? Another thing I want you to understand how we support this park. This park needed air conditioners. You think we went to the park district? No, because we don't need them. We bought them. Supplant this whole park. They needed a stove in the refrigerator. We did it, the advisory council. They needed a microwave. We give Christmas parties, and I don't ask these politicians for a dime. And this place is packed. See, they don't like people like me because I'm not taking their crap. And Brandon Johnson and Mayor and Alderman Terry Farrell, they wear this hat, and it's there. And all this crap about I just got a notice of that. Well, if they don't give you that much respect as alderman, you don't need to be alderman. Okay?
He just dropped some bars right there. Now, peep it out. This is the play they're going to do. There's two things they're going to end up doing. They want these immigrants in so when the immigrants have children, that those children can vote Democrat, okay? Then they also want the funding because if they start taking on enough immigrants, they can go back to the federal government and say, hey, look, we got all these immigrants here coming through because we a sanctuary city. We need more money for infrastructure, okay? Here's how it works when you get money for the government. Whatever you asked for the previous year, if you don't use all of that money, whatever money you did use, that's what you can ask for the following year. So if let's say they're getting like X amount of money from the federal government at one current time, right? If they come and say, hey, look, we got all these migrants, we need an additional $30 million, you know what I'm saying for infrastructure, which is a drop in the bucket for that type of situation. We need an additional $30 million or something like that because we got extra immigrants and they get that, right? They get that money. That means the following year, if they use all of that money up and spend all of that money, which is why you see like, them spending money on, you ever look on 695, prime example in Baltimore, that construction was never finished and it's never going to get finished because the reason that construction is being worked on and the roads are not done is so that Maryland can continue using that as an excuse to ask for more money from the federal government. That is why the roads never get finished. For those of you who live over there by White Marsh, past White Marsh, heading towards 95, Baltimore and New York, with that little fork in the road where you can go to New York or towards Baltimore, that road previous to that split had been under construction for probably since I got my license. When I had my license back in the day, first got the joint, that road was under construction. They never finished it. And the reason that is because as long as they keep spending the funds and they can basically make an excuse that it's not finished, so they can ask for that money from the government. If they ever have a surplus of money left over they didn't spend, they have to mark that down. When they go to ask for more money, they're going to say, hey, well, look, we gave you, let's say we gave you 250 million last year. You only spent 175, so you can come get 175. But if they spend the whole entire thing, they can come back and get that the following year. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it's done with stuff like that. Contract work with the government and all that stuff. I've spoken to contractors who do work for the government. That's how it works. That's the reason. That is the reason why that's happening.
So don't drink the Kool-Aid. There are ample places in this city that the migrants can up the health issue, the shots that they haven't had. They're going to set this city back a long ways with this crap that they're doing. Just throwing people in. They don't give a In New York, half the hospitals are full with migrants. They can't get away to. Now, I don't mind, and we're not anti-migrants, but it shouldn't be on our backs. Right, this is our part.
Mr. Glover, thank you so much for your
He said he's not anti-migrants, which is fair. I mean, at the end of the day, they are people, okay? I give them that. But here's the thing. If they come to your town, you're going to have to foot the bill because they're going to raise the price on every goddamn thing. Check it out. A lot of New Yorkers, okay? Look, peep this out. Let's go back further than that. Before New York became a complete question mark. All right. There was Hurricane Katrina. Okay. Everybody remembers what happened with Hurricane Katrina and how bad that storm was. A lot of migrants. The Boondocks even had an episode about this. Did you know the Boondocks was actually in Maryland? The Boondocks cartoon show, Aaron McGruder. It was actually took place in Maryland. It was in a suburban / rural area of Maryland where they had a lot of land. Affluent people had a lot of land. So a lot of people from New Orleans, when Katrina happened, people fled and they came up north. They came from down south up north, and a lot of them landed here in Maryland. I've talked to multiple people that says, I've been here since Hurricane Katrina hit. We just never left. We stayed here because we made equal footing. The government basically looked out for us, which is fair. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, bro. If people are escaping a storm or something like that and they get their homes wiped out, whatever, because these are Americans at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? We got to look out for each other because we the people, man. We're the people. So I really didn't have much of an issue with that per se because they're still Americans. But you know what I mean? These people that are coming over here, they're literally just going to take. They're not contributing. You can make the argument, well, they're building infrastructure, construction and stuff like that. These jobs, they got more employees that work more construction. They can more buildings can get built. That's going to cost money because them people got to eat at the end of the day. They still got to eat. It's another mouth to feed. You know what I'm talking about? So that's what it basically is. That is the logistics of the situation.
And I want to say something to all of you all. And when you leave here, stop depending on the politicians. And stop voting for the same people getting the same results.
Did you hear that? My man just said stop voting for the same people and getting the same results. That, my friends, is the Great Awakening. And it is beautiful. The Great Awakening is beautiful. It's gorgeous, man. Facts.
Go ahead, Mr.
What's those two words? What's that one? What? What? Now, one of the things a couple things I'm gonna point out to you real quick, because he said it all. I can't do any better behind
Guys,
him.
listen up and give Mr.
So,
Trust an opportunity.
Again, one thing about this is Chicago Park District facility. You have a Chicago Park District Board of Commissioners. They never voted on turning this into a migrant center. So, yes, thank you. Looking at tax bill. And it's like they don't even go through the process of going through the Board of Commissioners, not going through the community and doing this to us. See, people talk about, and I'm going to defer some more time to my wife, is the fact, I always try to talk before her because I never want to go behind her. But people got to talk about the fact, it's like, they ain't taking nothing away from you. It's enough for all of us. No, it's not. No, it's not. Now they're taking away an asset that people worked 30 years. My buddy worked years to put together programs that they're taking away from us, black people, with a black mayor, can't miss that point, from this community. And it's like, what insanity, what are we gonna hear from them that's gonna change our minds from no and not taking out our part? And the last thing I ask of you, please, please call Anthony Bill, call all the aldermen and say support Alderman Anthony's bill ordinance for a referendum on whether Chicago remain a sanctuary city. And think about it, this bill is not, it's not to say kick off the migrants that's already here. It's to a point where we just gotta say no. Because if you all got a $500 million, because it's $300 million now, and by Christmas in January, it's gonna be $500 million. Now, if you got $500 million laying around, I want to be in your family, first of all. I want to be your third cousin once removed. But the reality is, it's got to say no, because that's the simple solution is no. Turn the buses around.
Mr. Trust, you got about 15 seconds left.
Thank you.
Hold on, Ms. Trust. Ms. Trust. Ms. Trust, hold on before you start. Hold on before you start. We have about 60 speakers. So we do have a counter up here to give you an opportunity to get your message out, so that we can take this message back to the mayor. Ms. Carter Trust, go ahead.
I want you to take a look around this room. I want you to pay attention. Because, see, I want Mayor Brandon Johnson to understand that you're selling us out for people who can't vote for you. We are the voters. We stood with you. And now you stand and you slap us in the face. I tell you what, tomorrow we're going to punch you in the face at the polling places. We won't stand for this. We say no.
Thank you.
Because you care. We are not, just give me a moment, please. Please. We are not here this evening to tell you how you should feel. We're not here to dismiss your feelings. The reason that we are here this evening is to provide you with the information to understand how we got here and how and why we are presenting this information.
But yo, look, it sounds absurd what he's saying, which it 1,000% is. But at the end of the day, again, they gotta hold a big ass mirror right in front of their faces. And they have to look and see why the problem is standing in front of them. It is their fault. They voted this goofball in office. All of them people up there got voted in by those motherfuckers sitting down right there. And now they're upset because they're not doing their job. Well, they had to wake up sometime, I suppose. It's a shame it took this damn long to see what was going on right in front of them.
We're not going to get anywhere, folks, yelling at each other. And I'm not going to yell. And so what I want to do this evening is I want to lay out for you the facts. And I want to explain to you how we got here and where we have to go. Okay? So that's how we're going to start. I'm going to tell you.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Okay, folks, so Alderman, if you would allow us, because you're not going to let me present the information. So that doesn't mean we're going anywhere. I'm here to answer your questions. We are all here to answer your questions, to be honest and transparent with you about the facts. So that's how we're going to proceed. Okay? Thank you. Sarah. Guys, let me get your attention once again. Let me get your attention once again before we continue on with public comments. Let me get your attention. Guys, hold down a little bit because I want to go right back into public speaking, give folks opportunity to be heard. If you do have any questions also for any of the panelists, you can ask them a question when you step up to the microphone. You can ask them a question. But I will say the next speaker, come on forward. The next speaker. Oh.
No, we got a list. Well, okay, we're doing 5 at a time.
Where's Laurel Steele?
No, Danielle Hayes.
Oh.
Danielle Hayes is the next.
Okay, Danielle Hayes. Who's Danielle Hayes?
Danielle Hayes. We got it in order. We got it right. Put it in order.
Danielle Hayes, Laurel Steele, followed by Bertha Frazier. Miss Bertha Frazier.
And James Frazier.
And then James Frazier.
That's first time.
So Danielle, you can go ahead.
Hello.
Danielle Steele is from, okay, go ahead.
Laurel Steele.
Go ahead.
Don't be short, mama.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna be short too. I ain't gonna say no lie.
But they call my name though.
I'm the first one. I'm Laurel Steele. Okay. What's this park?
The city does. You guys, the
So that's
residents
us.
of this city owns the parks.
So why are we having this argument then? We should be able to make a decision.
Say that again, ma'am.
Why are we in here arguing about this? If we own this park, we should be able to make the decision.
I agree with you 110.
By the way, she just said who owns this park. He said you guys do. So that makes it public, okay? It's technically public because they're all paying the taxes for the park. You know what I'm saying? All of their taxes goes towards that park, which is the same applicable function to the public roadways. You know, they like to say, oh, you want to use the roads, you don't want to pay taxes, you don't want to pay your driver's license fee, you don't want to get yourself a state issued license plate. Like at the end of the day, these roads belong to the people. So you don't have the right to tell the people how to use those mofos as long as they're not harming anybody. It's the same thing for First Amendment auditors. When you see First Amendment auditors inside the government buildings holding cameras up and filming stuff, you can't tell them people to leave. You can't trespass those people from public property unless they've broken the law of some sort. Holding a camera inside the office and filming is not a crime. And it won't be a crime because of the First Amendment. And a lot of them are getting schooled on this. This is why the First Amendment auditor, I take my hat off to the First Amendment auditors, man, because they were the first patriots on boots on the ground on YouTube really getting busy like that. It was changed and spawned. You got people who never were interested in the Constitution learning about it through them guys. Some people just like to see authority get punched in the mouth because every time they deal with authority, it's always a hassle. It's always like pulling teeth, you know, well, not always, but most of the time it's like pulling teeth. You go down Baltimore City, you know what I'm saying, to one of them buildings and you got to deal with the cashier, chances are she's a dick. And I hate to say that, but chances are she's probably an indigenous American woman. I hate to say it, but it is the facts. Whenever that happens, and behind these government walls and stuff like that, or these government windows, you're dealing with people. A lot of times, the ones that give you the biggest problem, maybe the indigenous American women. I don't know why that is, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I went to go get my damn passport back in the day, to get my passport as a national, it was a freaking indigenous American woman trying to tell me I couldn't submit my paperwork because of the way I filled it out. I said, yo, I'm gonna submit my paperwork whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, you can't submit this form. You gotta submit this one, so you gotta do it over. I don't have to do anything over. As a matter of fact, where your manager at? I mean, I don't know why you want the manager because she gonna tell you the same thing I told you. So, all right, cool, no problem. After I hear from her, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that you were correct, and I apologize for doubting your wisdom. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill out that paperwork you gave me. So she goes and gets the manager. Manager comes out and says, "What's the issue?" I said, "I don't know what the issue is, ma'am. I'm just trying to turn in my DS11 form to get my passport." So she looked at the passport form and she was like, "What is this American? What is it? What she say? Rural free delivery. What is that?" I said, "Well, first off, she a post office worker. She didn't know what American rural free delivery is. It's kind of alarming, you know what I'm saying?" But I said, "Oh, ma'am, it would take me a long time to explain it to you, but I really don't have time. So I gotta go somewhere. So I just want to drop this application off and get my stuff taken care of. You know what I'm saying? So I can be on my way." So she says, "Okay, I don't see what the problem is. Just have him turn in his paperwork, make sure he signs it, and take his money order." So I wasn't being a jerk. I swear I wasn't being a jerk, bro. I could have been though. I could, and I take more satisfaction in the fact that she knows I could say something smart right now, but it's more annoying because I didn't say it. You know what I'm saying? So she like, she called me back up to the front, like, "I don't know why you want to do this. All they gonna do is not accept your passport application." Needless to say, I got my passport. It might have taken a while because of the C-19 pandemic, but I got it about 8 months later. So, that just goes to show you a lot of times the pushback is from people that look like you, man. And just because somebody looks like you does not mean they're for you, man. There's so much more to what's on the outside. You know, this mofo could be eating, shrimp and crabs and all this other crustacean stuff that has parasites in it, and them parasites could be manipulating her brain for negative activity. I sincerely believe a lot of times why women from the indigenous women from those areas or hard areas or rough areas, part of the issue they're having, part of the reason they're having issues with their tempers is because of their diets, like that crustacean, lobster, crab legs, lobsters and stuff. Now, look, I ain't gonna hold you. I used to love eating crabs back in the day. Baltimore, nobody does crabs like Baltimore. When I started to research how much nasty stuff was in those shrimp and crabs and that lobster and the mussels and any of them shellfish, the bottom catfish and all that nasty stuff, I never touched another one, and it wouldn't do it because it is disgusting. You know what I'm saying? That stuff gets inside your body, can manipulate your brain. It's all messed up. You just, hey, next time you see a really pretty chick from the don't be a dick, okay? Just ask her, "Yo, what do you like to eat?" You know what I'm saying? A really pretty indigenous American chick from the hood or whatever. Just ask her what you like to eat. She probably gonna say crab legs or something like that. Don't be a dick. Just remember A6 told you what's going on. I think if a lot of them clean their diets up, their realities would change, man. Because what you put in your body really greatly affects how you react to certain situations and how you conduct yourself. You know what I mean? It's no coincidence why crab legs and things of that nature and seafood are so prevalent in that community. They get those checks and stuff like that. They want to go buy crab legs. I don't mess with it. Shrimp and all that nasty stuff. Leave it alone.
Like
10%.
anything, like I own my house, I make a decision about my house. If this is our part, we should be able to make a decision about it.
This community should have been a part of the public engagement before this decision was made.
Right.
I agree with you on that. Go ahead.
No, she go ahead.
Daniel.
These people live here. I don't know how actively these people use this park, but my son comes here every day after school because I have to work. Because I don't have any help, this is what this park was put here for my son to come here so he can be safe, so I don't have to worry about him out with somebody that's not going to worry about his well-being. And that's important to me. You know, my mama did the same thing for me when I grew up. I came here all the way till I was 12 years old. After school, summer school, spring break, all that. I was here. And now it's continuing on to the generation, to the next generation. I'm 33 years old. I've lived here. I've never lived anywhere else. This is my community. This is my park. This park has serviced me and my family for many years.
Thank you.
My name is Michelle Zappalo, and I should be on the list, probably like number 10 or so. But my question to you is, if we shut this park down, for the people that bring their kids here for sports programs, where they're supposed to go? Let me answer that for you. I have an 8-year-old. He's been out here since he's been 6. We have so many of this sports program goes up to 13U. A lot of these young boys, they don't have fathers. So a lot of these coaches, they are their fathers. They are their father figures. They come to this community 4 days out of the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday for game day, and Fridays. So they spend part of their weekend here alone during the week. That keeps them a safe place. It gives them mentorship. It shows them discipline. It shows them how to be raised as Black men in the community. So you sit up here and you move our kids out when we already don't have the resources as it is. My son also goes to Wicker Park. I haven't got an email about nobody setting shelter up in Wicker Park. But yeah, we come in the community of Black people where we already get the low scraps. And then you want to take the little scrap, the resources that we have, and put us at the bottom of the barrel? That's not fair. And I won't have it because my son will be here.
My name is Howard Ray.
Sir,
I have a
hold
star
on,
by my
hold on.
name, but I have a question for the elected
If you're not Miss Bertha Frazier, I'm going to cut the mic off because we're trying to get order in here.
They all in the back. But my question is this:
Mr. James Frazier and Bertha Frazier up next.
Dave's Hot Chicken.
Miss Bertha Frazier.
They in line. We understand it, but we got them in line.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Tomorrow, can you guys advocate for the migrants people to be at the McCormick place? That is the best place. That's the biggest place. That's the safest place for them. I would like to see what is your answer, because the mayor said that we must make sacrifice. Let the McCormick place, let those people make sacrifice. The money that's going, the $53 million, $200 million, let that money go to the McCormick place. What is your answer? Would you advocate for that?
Ma'am, go ahead and step up. Guys, I'm not calling off the list. If you want to speak, stand in line, because this is not working by calling off a list. Go ahead, ma'am.
All right.
Them people got so mad. They said, man, screw your list. We gonna say what the hell we want. Look at my man's face right here with the glasses on his head. My man is angered. Yo, these people had enough, man, but it's good, yo. That's what it took. It took them getting kicked in the liver in order for them to stand up and say, you know what? Nah, we ain't going for it. Listen, 2024 is going to be a very interesting year, okay? This might be one for the books, okay? Honestly, this might be one for the books. You might see the people stand up in 2024, man, because they really starting to get agitated, and they saying, you know what? Maybe we need to sit back and look at how this is actually working and react accordingly instead of just blindly doing the same thing we've been doing, which got us to where we are. You know what I'm saying? You can see the frustration on these people's faces. Look at these people are angry. Man, listen, bro. Listen. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. The smartest thing the crooked politicians ever did was outlaw or make it illegal for people to have arms in these kind of meetings. Because I'm telling you, these corrupt politicians wouldn't be doing half the stuff that they are doing right now if a bunch of people were standing in front of them with some with certain things. We're gonna say that, all right? Being a responsible man, I'm gonna say certain things, holding certain things, you know what I'm saying? they would not be doing the same things they're doing now because they know they would have to face those people holding certain things, you know, and that's what it is.
Is that we have since last August, we have received 17,000, over 300 buses. And as it stands right now,
So what time is it?
as it stands right now,
Shows up at 6:39.
we have almost 10,000 migrants,
It's a different American.
asylum seekers that we have sheltered here in the city of Chicago.
Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Look at the wrinkles on that politician's forehead. Look at his cheeks. Look at his sweat. He is sweating. This man knew before he walked in the room he was going to get lambasted. All right, and peep it out. The upper politicians who actually had this stuff happen are not in the room. His job is to take the brunt of the public when they do something stupid. They all that's why they get paid to do that job, is because they're taking the brunt of the damage of what's happening right now. I guarantee you this man is like, yo, I'm not getting paid enough for this.
And so,
ladies and gentlemen, if you can keep it down so that he can finish answering the question, because this gentleman wants his question answered. So if you can keep your voices low.
It's not running. Alderman Teleferio.
Go ahead, sir.
Alderman, we need you to take control of this meeting. For those of us that followed the process and signed in to speak, we need to be allowed to speak. You just cannot have police.
Ma'am, I agree with you. I agree with you totally. But unfortunately, it is very easy to lose control when folks are screaming. I have an order. I have a list of people I'm called to speak. There's an order to this, and we are trying our very best to have these folks that have got.
Well, we have 23 shelters that we have stood up. Now, here's the thing, folks.
I think we can stop right there because y'all get the gist of what's basically happening. Okay, now this was a few months ago, but the people went ahead and filed a federal claim against the mayor and other employees of the state that are supposed to be the trustees. They went ahead and did a federal claim on them. So now the court, the situation is basically being handled in court, in the district court. They went ahead and just completely avoided the state court from my comprehension of what's going on, and they went ahead and went straight for the federal court, district court. So I'll keep you guys updated if I hear anything else about it. But yo, those people are tired, man. But yo, you know what? Let's come back over here to Maryland, because I actually did a little bit after I watched that video. I did a little bit of searching, and I had to find out exactly what was going on. So look, let's take a look at Maryland, all right? And you guys can look in your areas and your states and see exactly what the issue is. Now, you can literally count on your hand how many Caucasian male Democrats there are. There are a few, but there are not that many. Most of the Democrats, as you can see here, I wish I could get rid of this top piece right there. But most of the House right here, the Democrats are indigenous Americans, or every once in a while there'll be an Asian guy like this gentleman here. Now look, take a look. Caucasian dude, Republican. Young Caucasian dude, Republican. And these are the House leadership, right? Democrat, Prince George's County. Baltimore County, Democrat. Indigenous American woman. Democrat, Caucasian man. And his last name is Stein, by the way, so you already know what time they on. We can't even really say Caucasian in that case, I guess. Yep, here we go. Another one. Democrat, Montgomery County, Indigenous American. Republican, Caucasian man. Democrat, Baltimore City, of course, no surprise there. Indigenous American woman. Democrat, Baltimore City, Indigenous American man. Democrat, Prince George's County, Indigenous American woman. Democrat, looks like an Indigenous American man to me. Republican, Caucasian man. Republican, Caucasian man. That's Cecil and Caroline counties. And for those, there's a legend in Baltimore that supposedly the Klan was supposed to still be out in Cecil County, which I think that's horseshit because, you just can't believe everything you hear. You know what I'm saying? But there is a sundown town supposedly in Cecil County. I've heard about it. I haven't been out there though, but I have heard about it. Republican, Caucasian woman, Harford County. Now, I can tell you the areas with the Republican areas are mostly Caucasian areas for the most part, and there's low crime. Cecil County and Caroline County. Did you know Cecil County has their own water supply? They don't have the same water supply the rest of the county has. They have a completely separate water supply, and that water doesn't have any fluoride in it. Surprised the hell out of me. I was talking to my coach about that, my jiu-jitsu coach, and he was telling me, like, yo, Cecil County does not have the same water supply that the rest of Maryland and Baltimore has. They have their own. They refuse to take the same water supply because they are aware of the effects of the water, the fluoride in the water. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those people out there fully comprehend the Constitution as well. They have a closer understanding of it. Let alone it's literally a rural area out there in Cecil County. It's a lot of land, a lot of farm areas and stuff like that. The closer you get to the city, that's when you start running into the contaminated water, and that's when you run into the indigenous American people. Very interesting how it's set up. It is so crazy how it's almost like the power structure completely designed it like this. You know what I'm saying? This is why I be saying, yo, how sure are we that this is not a simulation? This lady's a Democrat. She looks like she could be Middle Eastern of some sort. Baltimore City, Democrat, Indigenous American woman. Howard County, Anne Arundel County, Democrat. Here's the college graduate Caucasian woman we talked about that become Democrats. You know what I'm saying? Anne Arundel County, Allegheny and Washington counties, Republican, Caucasian male, and this is the House. Democrat, Caucasian male, Prince George and Anne Arundel County. Democrat, Indigenous American woman, Anne Arundel County. You know what I'm saying? And the list goes on. You guys can check your own states, but you'll see the pattern, man. Just keep looking. Keep scrolling down. You'll see a few Caucasian men that are Democrats. Very few. And then you'll see the occasional Middle Eastern Asian man, occasional, for the most part, the Republicans are Caucasian men for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Interesting stuff. That's about 4 Caucasian men that are Democrats here, which is interesting. But yeah, there you go. But yeah, so look, it is what it is, man. We see what's going on. That's why they keep putting them in office, because they think that all Republicans are racist and they don't like Indigenous American people, and that the Democrats are for Indigenous American people, which is complete horseshit. Complete horseshit. It's completely false. All right, I've been missed so many comments. Who's still with me? Let me see here. David Westcott. What up? What up? What up? What up? So I'm gonna go re-enter the border as Emilio. Yeah, that's an interesting way to look at it, man. And I wonder if you could actually do that and get away with it. I wonder if you could actually do that. Re-enter as a goddamn Mexican or something. You know what I'm saying? Yo, let me get the benefits. My name is Raul Sanchez or something like that. Whatever. You know what I mean? That's why I'm in Brazil. It's over in America, though. Anyone just see? They tell us everything hidden in plain sight. Incorporated. Yep. Incorporated 4th March 1837. They literally telling you, you know what I'm saying, when the business took place. He is right. Jimmy hit it right on the head. Programming over here. He said it. Get it. He did say it. Another goofy. Precisely. Staying stoic. What up? What up? Lori Lightfoot, 56, mayor of Chicago, who asked for $56 million funding for ventilators during CV-19. Yo, that was the biggest grab bag I've seen. The federal government was literally giving all of these places a bunch of cheese. I'm not sure if she got the 56 or the 56 million. I'm not sure, but they got something. I promise you, they got something. Promise you, they got something. What's interesting is 5 plus 6 is 11, and asking for 56 million is 11. And that makes 11. So that's an interesting statement right there. I always wondered how the potatoes got. Oh, you talking about the monkey thing? Mashai Small. How you doing, Mashai? What's good? What's good? Aloha, better late than never. What up, Jared? What's going on? We got Mac Bone in the house. What up, Mac? Sometimes the grants have a deadline. If you don't finish projects in time, you won't get the rest of the money. They got some kind of loophole, yo, because listen, some of these roads have been worked on for a long time. And I will say, when a state moves, they move very methodically because they know how to get money out of the federal government. Everything is about funds for them. And you know why? Because a lot of them damn politicians, they pocketing a lot of that money. I mean, they just literally put casinos here for that very purpose. Casinos were supposed to go towards the schools. They were supposed to go towards the school. One of the mofos who voted on the goddamn casinos to go into schools. I'll admit that because they told us the money from the casinos was going to go to fund the schools. That's what they told us. They told us it was going to go towards the schools. Lo and behold, after they put them casinos up, about 8-9 years later, they closed like 13 different schools here. Maybe a little less than that, but they closed a bunch of schools here, man. And a lot of the schools in Baltimore City don't even have heat or AC, unfortunately. Hot as hell in the summertime. Wintertime, cold as a mofo. You know what I'm talking about? That's what we up against. I stopped voting Democrat years ago. Yep. Only trust what the politicians are doing for you, precisely. Because they'll say anything to get in power. You know what I'm saying? They'll say anything. Black Democrats politicians have been slapping black folks in the face for 4 decades. Yep. They love seafood and liquor. Yep. And what does liquor do? Liquor dries you out. Liquor dries you out. And what do the parasites do? They feed on any essential nutrients that you're taking in, and they make sure you get what's left, and they make waste inside your body. So they dehydrate it, and listen, man, we ain't gonna get into that. We ain't gonna talk about that. No, we ain't gonna talk about that. I can't say that on YouTube. Yeah, they'll pull a damn channel for that shit. I ain't saying that. Yeah, but yeah, you shouldn't be eating that at all, man. It is completely horrible for you. This one guy took a piece of raw salmon, and sushi is another thing that people need to stay away from too. That raw sushi, because I used to love sushi until I found out how many worms and parasites are inside one piece of uncooked sushi. It's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? They literally took a piece of sushi and they put it underneath a microscope, and there was a worm crawling around in the inside of that little small piece, and there was a lot of little bacteria, not bacteria, but parasites moving back and forth on that one little small piece of raw sushi. Can't do it. Can't do it. Give me some goddamn, what is that stuff called? Tempura. Cook my shit. After that. I don't want none of that. But yeah, she makes a good point. Unhealthy liver leads to anger. I believe that 1,000%. 1,000%. Dr. Sebi already told us most of the problems we have starts down in the midsection. Stuff we put in our bodies. Fluoridealert.org. What is that? You're looking at that. What is fluoridealert.org? About to look into it now. Oh no, it looks like that's not a good website, bro. That website is that link is trashed. Didn't work for me. I just put it in how you typed it. Didn't work. Unless you spelled it wrong. Hold on. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Hold up. I think I might have spelled it wrong. Yep, I spelled it wrong. My bad. My man is right on point. Let's share this this page he's talking about. Here we go. It's a website called fluoridealert.org. Fluoride on trial, the censored science on fluoride in your health. Yo, this is fire, man. I knew nothing about this. I mean, I already knew about the fluoride being dangerous, but yeah, I wasn't aware this is actually a thing. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna look into that, man. Good looking out on that website. I had to read into that. I peeped that on the seal too. Facts, facts, facts. Technically, you can walk back in as a max. That's that. Yeah, that's a right. Exactly. That's what uh Mr. Westcott said. Basically, he said, "Joe, just come back in." You know what I'm saying? As an indigenous, a Mexican or somebody, or Native American, quote unquote, and they give you all the benefits. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you are in a situation where you ain't got nothing and everything is going wrong for you, man, and you about to lose everything, man, whatever, man. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, whatever, man. You know, it is what it is. Look in the right frequency generator for health, ancient technology for healing. Shoot, let's look into it. I see it's an app. Okay. Looks like an app to me. I'm gonna share this with the people. Let me see. This looks like an app for your phone. This is an app arrow forward. Hold on, let me click on here. All right. Welcome to the Insight Rife Harmony and Balancing app. Can y'all see this? Make sure y'all can see this. Okay. Harmonies are sound waves exactly the same as music. This app allows you to choose from your own custom harmonic playlist composed from hundreds of different harmonizing tones. Watch with these tones, you can create a soundscape that is specifically tailored for your needs. Whether you're looking for a calming, more soothing experience or energizing and stimulating one, our app has something for everyone. Each tone offers a unique sound that works with your own energy, ensuring that you have every experience is unique to you. Okay, yeah. So this is basically an app you can get for your phone where you can pretty much hack your body with frequencies. That's fire. That is fire. That soar is something else too. What is soar? Man, y'all talking about all kinds of stuff I ain't aware. Y'all out here teaching me tonight. Let me see what soar is. They got hold up. They got right frequency rods you hold in your hand and send through your body with the generator machine. Yo, you know what I want to get? I want to get the bowl with the one thing that gong, you know what I'm saying, with the bowl. That's supposed to be really good healing frequency as well. I want to get one of them joints. They were like $200 last time I looked at them. I wasn't ready to get that at the time, but I would love to get something like that to heal my body. Sewer app. Are you talking about AI? Why are you talking about AI, man? You talking about open word? Okay, he's talking about AI. I mean, I thought you were talking about something relating to the the healing frequencies or something like that. Let me get this out of the way. It's called the sound bowl. Okay. Havasura. Good for you. Good for you. But yes, indeed, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. All right. They're made with crystals, so you know each crystal is for a different healing property. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to get one of them things, man. Look like they're worth the money. All right, let's move on to the next one. Which video am I gonna share? Hold on, let me reload this. All right, peep this out. Let me know how true y'all think this is, okay? Because this guy's talking about this, and I heard somebody else mention this too. Like there was supposed to be a time limit on it, and I'm interested to hear what you guys' thoughts are about this particular topic.
Y'all know I always do it big, right? So on July 22nd, 2022, the United States government released the African off our name, which turns us back into indigos, which turns us back into aboriginals, which means that we're the original landowners. So this is big because they gave us our land back in 2022, but they didn't tell us. If you go, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the document. I'm going to post the document. I'm going to show you. I'm going to put the link up where you can go download the peace treaty, the 1866 peace treaty. Remember I told you, that's what governs this land. The Constitution doesn't govern this land. And under the peace treaty, they told them they cannot charge us or make us pay anything in this land because this is our land. And now it's starting to make sense because shit's crazy because I saw the White House up for sale. I saw and that probably explains on why they letting people steal in California. Now I hate to put it that way, but that's I look at it as recreation, but it looks like that's why they letting these people just go in stores and steal because they have no jurisdiction over these people at all, and they can't lock them up, and they can't put them in jail. Because that's starting to make sense. If they redid the peace treaty and took the African off our name, now we go back to indigos, which means that we are the original landowners. We are the aboriginals. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm telling you, I'm going to post the documents, man. Just give me time. Y'all know I got to get this paper first because I got to support the family. But when I get in and sit down, I'm going to put the link up to where you can go download the peace treaty from the government website. Man, this is big, bro. This is big. Like I say, it's up to us now. We got to enforce this shit now. They gave it back to us.
They're working on it. They are working on it.
We don't put them on black.
And also, when you do your research, there are videos online, specifically on TikTok, of melanated, carbonated people going to police station and banks and giving them paperwork to vacate the land because they do not have jurisdiction on our land. So the land is coming back to us, y'all. It's just going to take some time. Be patient. The land is it was ours to begin with in the first place. These invaders came on our property and our land and took it, and now it's coming back to us. All right, let's get this shit. Peace.
Does anybody have the document that shows that information about the name being changed, the classification being changed is accurate? I want to, if anybody has that, please send it to my email because I'm very interested to know exactly what he's talking about because that sounds like some fire we need to be discussing. If he has something of that magnitude, you know what I'm talking about? Also try Flotus, the saltwater floating pool for healing. I want to go to a healing spring, man. I want to go to one of them hot springs. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to a hot spring, man. Hot springs are supposed to be bliss. I'm trying to get in a hot spring and just like relax, like bruh. You know what I'm saying? Just kick up and just chill, man, for a long time and just relax. Let the water and all the minerals from the water just heal your body. That's got to be bliss, I tell you. I went to go see. By the way, for those of you who are interested in this type of thing, I went to go see Bob Marley's One Love movie on Saturday night, and let me say, man, it was very interesting, man. Very very interesting movie. I never was into Bob Marley like that. I know his music was real smooth, but I never listened to a lot of Bob Marley. Not because I didn't like it, I just didn't for some reason. But I think I'm gonna start getting into Bob Marley stuff, man. But his life was very interesting, man. You know, dude really stood 10 toes down for peace and unity and all of that good stuff, which was fire. You know, along the same lines of things we talk about now, man was talking about you got to stand up for your rights and stuff. You can't just let these governments trample all over your rights. He was trying to get people to wake up back in the day, you know. We weren't ready to be waking up back then, but it's looking like stuff's changing now. So that music that he made so long ago is probably going to be the catalyst to trigger people to really wake up and see exactly what's happening in front of them and has been continuing to happen for a long time. And it's a beautiful thing, man, because at the end of the day, we are supposed to be the ones that are running the show. You know, we all want what's good for the country. We all want what's good for the world. You know, we just want the best that this reality can be. You know, and it is up to us, being the ones who are aware, to try and free as many minds as we can who are ready to be free. You can't force anybody to do it, you know, because free will is a thing. But at the end of the day, if we have the power just to change one mind, man, we should do that. And that's what I believe, 100%. But yeah, it was a great movie, man. I think we should, everybody who's watching, all 30 of you guys, you got homework. Go watch the One Love Bob Marley movie and go listen to some Bob Marley this week, man. Let the music frequency influence you positively. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be good for you. Who we got here? I was going to put in the video. Still haven't found it. Nope, not what happened in California at all. I was there when it first started happening. The issue came up because so many lawsuits against corporations. Okay. Is that what he's okay? So is that what you're talking about? I'm looking for that document too. Yeah. If you find that, somebody hit my email. If you find that document, hit me on Instagram, whatever. Hot Springs in Georgia. Got him. Listen, that's on the bucket list, man. That's on the bucket list. The bucket list definitely includes going to a hot spring and just kicking it. You know what I'm talking about? That's on the to-do list 1,000%. Hot springs on the beach from Hawaii. Man, listen, Hawaii is dope and all, man, but I really am not trying to have to shell all that bread out to go to Hawaii and stay there for a few days. Man, I really don't want to do it for real. Hawaii is expensive, man. You know what I'm saying? Hawaii is very expensive. But maybe that'll be put on a bucket list later on. But as of right now, nah, I can't swing that. Not yet. But yes, indeed, man. Listen, we get ready to. I think it's be coming up on an hour and 40 minutes. Isaiah, what up? Isaiah just coming in. Greetings, 86 in the chat. Yes, indeed. Thank you for tuning in, bro. You might have missed the live stream, but you can always play it back as many times as you like. Yep. He's correct as far as the treaty and mentioning the tribes such as Seminole, Cherokee, and some others with African descent. I mean, African descent is everybody has African descent though. Like even Joel, Caucasian dude from Wisconsin that gets on there, even has African descent. That's why I don't like the whole African born or African descent argument. African American. I don't like any of that crap because it's all horseshit. If you want to be technical, everybody's an African American. Even goddamn Joe Biden is an African American because technically his ancestors are from Africa too. Africa's the motherland. All land used to be connected to Africa. Africa's the only land mass that doesn't damn move. Everything else does. So if you want to be technical about it, everybody's technically that lives here is an African American. If you want to play it that way, but let's not do that because if you're trying to use that word or that description for a purpose, you're trying to describe a certain type of people. So that's not the correct term to use personally. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at with it. Thailand. What do you mean Thailand? You talking about? You in Thailand? Not everyone is of African descent. America is the old world. LOL is still connected. Guess with the sea. Yeah, good point. Yeah, the sea floor. Yeah, all right, you got me there, Jimmy. You got me there. You got me there. All right, you got that. All right, you happy now, man? Go ahead. Let's throw him a celebration. Because at the end of the day, Jimmy got me on that one. You're right. It is still connected by the sea floor, man. It is still connected by the sea floor. That's 1,000% facts. So before we go, we gotta do something real fast. We got to do something real quick. We got to do this. Y'all know I got to do this. Hold on. Give me some time. I should have had this set up already, but I didn't. So give me a second. I got you. Dang, what the hell happened to the video? Oh, don't let me find out they moved the joint. Hold up. That's not supposed to take that long. Hold on. Yo, that's wild. They moved the video. I'm gonna have to do some I'm gonna have to do some searching so I can correct that. That's crazy. I can't find the video, man. I'm mad about that. Now I gotta freaking hunt the video down. I gotta do it next time. All right, whatever. It's all good. The moving stuff. YouTube is always moving stuff around. I met a man from Algeria who is visually what we classify as white, but all of this goes back to Carl Linnaeus and Blumenbach's racist taxonomy. I think it's I would go as far as to say Walter Plecker is the reason why we're in the situation we're in now, because he heavily influenced the census, the Census Bureau to reclassify indigenous people as black. And I talk to people about this all the time. But he had a heavy hand in that, and a lot of the tribesmen stood up against it because they were about to lose their identity. But if they didn't sign that Dawes Rolls, you know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't signed that Dawes Rolls and you just a tribe that's not federally recognized, they were gonna steamroll you into being what's classified as black, and then they threw you a bunch of benefits for being black. You know what I'm saying? Uh, well, quote unquote affirmative action and all that other stuff, you know, which really didn't do too much. But you know, you got some heroes that you can look up to and all of that stuff. It's crazy how that worked. But yeah, they really did a number on the people, man, with that misinformation. Yeah, I'm so mad that video is gone. That's crazy. I gotta find that video. I got homework. All right, look, we about to wrap it up because it is creeping up on 2 hours. I'm about to shut it down for the night. Somebody said Plecker and Garvey. Word. They said Garvey was a CIA agent. Is that what you're saying? Oh shit. The Motep's coming for your neck. God damn it. They coming for your life. You can't say that. You can't say that, man. Coming here telling all that truth. But yo, listen, man, it's been real. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yo, please hit the like button on the way out if you haven't already. Make sure that you are subscribed. If you are not, please jump on that subscribe, hit that button real hard with Fury. Do that, and then you know, stay in touch. Even hit the bell if you can. Hit up the for those of you who want the information on private processes or private, you know, stuff that I talk about that I can't talk about on YouTube. Some really good information that will be of use. You can always jump on the Patreon. If you need the link to the Foreign National News Network Telegram group, please hit my email. I'll be glad to send that to you, and I can also send you the link to the Patreon as well. You know, we're not breaking the bank on the Patreon. It's only $5. It ain't that much, you know what I'm saying? So y'all can jump on there, but that allows me to be able to talk about a lot more stuff in the private than I can in the public, you know? So we usually go live on Tuesdays. We'll do lives and we'll put the live streams up. So if you guys miss them and don't get a chance to ask any questions, you can actually just go ahead and watch the replay. So thank you very much for watching. It is A6, the Foreign National Born Natural, live and direct, live in effect. Always remember, take care of each other, be good to each other, continue learning, and remember the path to freedom is through our bravery. With that said, take it easy. Peace.